Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons has confidently predicted that his team will clinch the Super Bowl title in the upcoming season. Despite the Cowboys' underwhelming performance in the 2024 season, finishing with only 7 wins and missing the playoffs, Parsons remains optimistic about their prospects. In a recent episode of his podcast, Parsons declared, "We're not done yet. It's going to be an amazing thing to see next year when we're holding the trophy." This bold statement has ignited discussions among fans and analysts alike. NFL analyst Shannon Sharpe has been particularly vocal in his skepticism, suggesting that Parsons' comments are more about generating attention than providing a realistic forecast. Sharpe pointed out that the Cowboys haven't reached a conference championship in 3 decades and questioned the current roster's ability to make such a significant leap. Sharpe also highlighted the team's offensive struggles, noting that inadequate pass protection from offensive tackles Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton led to a decline in quarterback Dak Prescott's efficiency. He emphasized that without substantial improvements in key areas, the Cowboys' path to Super Bowl contention remains challenging. As the Cowboys enter the offseason, they face critical decisions regarding free agency and the draft. The team's ability to address these issues will be pivotal in determining whether Parsons' optimistic prediction can become a reality. While his confidence is commendable, the Cowboys will need strategic planning and consistent performance to overcome the hurdles that have hindered them in recent years. Mike McCarthy's departure from the Dallas Cowboys has sent shockwaves through the NFL, sparking debates about the team's management and future direction. After a protracted and awkward 7-day wait, McCarthy and the Cowboys mutually agreed to part ways on Monday. Despite team owner Jerry Jones publicly praising McCarthy throughout the season, it seemed clear that the commitment to the coach was superficial at best. #the core conflict. The main point of contention appeared to be contract terms. McCarthy sought long-term security for himself and his staff, a reasonable ask for a coach of his caliber. However, Jones reportedly offered only a 2-year deal, reflecting a lack of faith in McCarthy's long-term leadership. For McCarthy, who already faced relentless pressure after consecutive playoff losses and questions about job security, this arrangement was untenable. Adding insult to injury, a report by NFL Network's Jane Slater revealed a startling succession plan. Jones allegedly approached former Cowboys tight end Jason Witten about joining the team as an understudy with the intent of grooming him to replace McCarthy. While Witten is a franchise legend and a celebrated figure, his coaching experience is limited to high school football, where he led Liberty Christian to 2 state titles. For a veteran coach like McCarthy, who boasts 18 years of NFL head coaching experience, a Super Bowl victory, and 8 division titles, the suggestion that an inexperienced coach would be positioned to replace him was seen as disrespectful. Why McCarthy's exit was inevitable. McCarthy's frustration is understandable. Beyond dealing with Jones' notoriously hands-on approach, he was also undercut by the presence of defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, a respected coach and perceived heir apparent. To add Witten into this already tense dynamic was a step too far. In the broader context of NFL coaching, McCarthy's accomplishments warrant respect and stability, yet he was reportedly offered less compensation than other high-profile coaches, such as Sean Payton. For McCarthy, this situation became unsustainable, leading him to explore other opportunities. He has already interviewed with the Chicago Bears and is a contender for the New Orleans Saints head coaching vacancy, signaling his continued desirability in the league. Speculation about the Cowboys' future. The Cowboys' decision to part ways with McCarthy raises significant questions about their future. The potential appointment of Witten, while intriguing for fans, is riddled with risks. His lack of experience in professional or collegiate coaching could make for a rocky transition, especially given the expectations that come with leading a team like the Cowboys. Meanwhile, rumors have surfaced about other high-profile candidates, including Deion Sanders and Mike Zimmer, adding another layer of speculation to the Cowboys' coaching search. Jerry Jones' penchant for dramatic and unconventional decisions could see the team take bold but polarizing steps. A franchise at a crossroads. This latest chapter in Cowboys history highlights the tumultuous relationship between ownership and coaching in Dallas. While McCarthy's departure might open new doors for him, it leaves the Cowboys with a precarious future. Can a team with so much talent but persistent instability rise to Super Bowl contention under new leadership? Or will Jones' reported micromanagement continue to hold the team back? The departure of Mike McCarthy underscores the growing narrative that Dallas, despite its storied history, remains a franchise struggling to reconcile its past glory with present-day challenges. The coming weeks will reveal whether the Cowboys can find a leader capable of navigating these complex dynamics, or if they'll repeat the same mistakes that have kept them from championship success for nearly 3 decades. In an intriguing move before the NFL trade deadline, the Dallas Cowboys made headlines by trading for Jonathan Mingo, a young, promising receiver who was previously a second-round pick by the Carolina Panthers. The Cowboys traded away a 4th-round pick to secure Mingo, adding some much-needed depth to their receiving core. However, even with Mingo now on the roster, analysts are predicting that the Cowboys aren't done adding talent to their offense. Many believe the team will seek another young, high-caliber wide receiver in the upcoming offseason to further boost their passing game. A recent 2025 NFL mock draft from Bleacher Report suggests that the Cowboys may use their 1st-round pick, which is currently projected to be number 11 overall, to target Arizona Wildcats standout receiver Tetairoa McMillan. Standing at an imposing 6'5" and weighing 212 pounds, McMillan is a huge target and a red zone specialist. Known for his physical presence, he excels in contested catches and has a knack for making big plays that could add a whole new dimension to the Cowboys' offense. Dane Parson of Bleacher Report commented on this possible selection, saying, "McMillan is a big-time playmaker with the ball in his hands. Whether running routes, working the middle of the field, or dominating at the catch point, his skill set would benefit Dallas offense. Lamb needs a reliable receiver to feast against favorable coverages and possibly pull defensive attention away from him. McMillan is the guy for the job." McMillan has consistently put up impressive numbers. This season alone, he has recorded 63 catches for over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns, showcasing both his consistency and his ability to break big plays. His sophomore year was even more remarkable, with 90 receptions, over 1,400 yards, and 10 touchdowns, cementing his reputation as a reliable scorer and game-changer. With his track record of finding the end zone, McMillan could be exactly the type of player Dallas needs to take some of the pressure off their star receiver, CeeDee Lamb, who has been struggling to carry the offense single-handedly this season. If the Cowboys are able to land McMillan with their 1st-round pick, he could transform the receiving core. The current roster has struggled to establish a solid number 2 receiver, and McMillan's presence could open up new opportunities for Lamb, forcing defenses to shift their focus and creating more favorable matchups. Furthermore, if Mingo, the recent acquisition, develops as hoped, the Cowboys' offense could soon feature a robust receiving duo alongside Lamb, greatly enhancing their aerial threat. The decision to trade for Mingo, however, hasn't been universally popular among fans or analysts. Some critics argue that the Cowboys might have paid too high a price for a player with limited NFL experience, questioning whether giving up a 4th-round pick was wise given Mingo's potential but unproven track record. Others see it as a savvy move, a calculated gamble by Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, who's betting on Mingo's raw talent and upside to flourish within the Cowboys system. The Cowboys' mid-season struggles have intensified the debate around their draft and trade strategies. Following a difficult loss to the Atlanta Falcons in Week 9, the Cowboys have slid in the standings and now find themselves just outside the top 10 in draft order. Dallas has suffered from a series of injuries to key players, which has hindered their season and exposed the need for additional depth, particularly on offense. With the possibility of acquiring another young talent like McMillan, the team could make a significant step toward long-term stability. The Cowboys front office has some critical decisions ahead as they balance short-term needs with long-term planning. Should they continue building around Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and an emerging receiver group with players like Mingo and possibly McMillan, they could set themselves up for an explosive offense in the near future. However, they will need to navigate the challenges of salary cap constraints and the need for defensive reinforcements, especially given the frequency of injuries affecting key players this season. As the Cowboys' season unfolds, fans are eager to see how their latest addition, Jonathan Mingo, performs, and they're closely watching the team's draft position for next season. The chance to draft a player like McMillan, who could become a new offensive focal point, adds an extra layer of excitement to what's already shaping up to be a pivotal offseason for the Cowboys. With speculation swirling around the team's future moves and trade decisions, It's clear that the Cowboys are focused on positioning themselves as a top contender in the coming years. As fans look forward to more updates on this evolving story, the promise of a dynamic new receiver in McMillan has sparked a fresh wave of anticipation.